We're bringing the wood out quite lively. Some big old poplar coming out of here.
Go ahead, Wade.
Oh, I'll wait for you. I'm gonna be slower than hell. I'm gonna drive all the way out.
Oh, okay.
Unless I'm missing something.
Oh, no, I just figured you was gonna go down in that bottom.
Yeah, I will after I get down to the bottom of the hill. There's a big old red oak in the back that it's probably gonna take two of you on. Now that was funny. I cut this ash tree over here at that stump right down yard, and I spun around and threw her down with an over your shoulder action. And look what it just did miss up there. I forgot I'd parked that skidder up there. So, my wife, one time we had this Mustang when we was kids. We was trying to be cute and sexy or something. But, we had this Mustang when we was kids. Well, we just moved, we just got to where we're living together and stuff, and things are going good. And then, look at this. So anyway, we had this little Mustang that I thought the world of. It was just a stupid waste of money. But I thought the world of it. Because I already got mommy. If I already had mommy, what's the purpose of having a Mustang for? I don't give no crap about no Mustang. It's just the only reason to have it was to try to show her, hey, I'm some kind of flashy dude. I'm flashy, you know, I'm worth having around. So anyways, she backs it, she parks it behind the garage and then backs the truck out of the garage and backs into the Mustang after she parked the Mustang. Tore the Mustang up, it had to be fixed, it was a mess. I got all stressed out about it. It was a time when you're young, you shouldn't have a car like that anyways because you're too young to afford one. And of course the money would really stung, you know. So I was freaking out. I was like, how'd you park a car outside and back into yourself? What the hell was you thinking? You know, and here I am. I just parked the skidder there a minute ago and then threw a tree at it 5 minutes later. Okay, so here's what's going on. We're cutting right up against the neighbor's line right here, and it runs right through here. That lays odd as crap. You probably can't see it too well, but that hillside, it drops off a decently steep down and then climbs up this way. And then we got some steep heading down to this ditch down here that goes into oblivion down there. Now, it's not horrible. It's just steep enough to be aggravating. Brutus can get around on it okay. But we got some freak trees on here. And you can see the ribbons right over here. And then that's going to start coming down that way. So I don't have very many trees up in here, but I need to shovel them. And that ash is good size there. But I need to shovel them all the way down here. And I'm going to cut this big gum across the way. In that low area right there, they can back the skidders across on this side and grab them. But I'm going to try to take care of them 4 little poplar trees coming up. Because once we make some room here, them poplar trees need to do their thing. Because they're low enough, north slope, low enough, they need to be left alone, if possible.
Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow.
Something to do with training. They call them maggots when they start training them. So I'm gonna start calling you boys maggots. Like maggot babies. Like y'all crawl around like a bunch of maggots. Graduated from turds to maggots? See, that's the part that, okay. Alright. So when you graduate to sissies? Because that's what Daddy always calls you. There's like a cis magnet? Maggot. Cis maggot. Huh? Huh? It's a cis maggot offensive? Alright, Dave Haig, be quiet. Let y'all play. Alright. Huh? Well, that is working. I actually had the recording on. I was picking on you kids. You want to tell everybody hi? Alright, the boys come here and tell everybody hi. Here comes Jackers. Did you tell them you got your little girl you're talking to in school?
Yeah, her name is Ellie.
Ellie? She a sweetheart?
Yeah. She has like a little bit of British, voice. Yeah.
Hey,
That is so cool. She's got a British accent.
Yeah,
Is she
a
an
little
exchange
bit.
student or what?
No, she's not really that special.
No, exchange, like a foreign exchange
She,
student.
she's just a
Did
regular
she come from another
student.
school? She come from another school.
Well, I'd say a school in England if she could, and you said she could
No.
speak multiple languages?
No, she's a little bit of British in her voice. Yeah,
We don't get that from
Like
nowhere.
a South.
Hello! My name's Ellie.
Here, I can show you a video before I got on my phone. Yeah.
Everybody hi first.
Hello. Hello.
Alright, I'll look at it then. Alright, if y'all's done with all that. Okay, so what's going on is I'm over here working in this corner, right up against the neighbor. You can see that the trees there over past the head there are the neighbor's trees. And his house is right there behind me. I'm kind of backing up towards his house, and there's two chickens attacking me. So, alright, I get the chickens. Jackson's all about the chickens. So anyways, I got it. This ground lays so crappy. It don't look like on video here, but this ground lays crappy. So I'm going to cut them and throw them away. I don't know where this one is. Oh, hello. Cutting them and throwing them away from the neighbor's house. And it, what? Okay, I didn't catch it. It was a rhyme.
It was a right back. Right there, Ryan.
Oh. So anyway, we cut these trees and we're pushing the tops away from the neighbor up in this corner. And no skidders are coming up here, so I'm going to have to shovel this after I get them down. So I'm trying to cheat
do everything I can. This is slow with Brutus. The shoveling is not with the shorter. Oh, in this type of ground, leveling cab's nice. You know, that helps you speed wise with swinging and stuff. But the short stroke on the boom and stuff, it slows you down shoveling after you get the trees on the ground, you know, because you ain't got much stroke. But what I do is I try to cheat to follow everything in the right direction, you know, so I'm not moving things. I'm kind of, you'll see, this actually turned out decent as I get going here. And you could see how I kind of start wadding things up to me and start pulling things to me. And I start downhill. Let me take this little ash piece and stick this little piece of ash here. Stick this together, and then I'm kind of getting in. Now, as I get closer to the logging road here, to the shovel road or whatever you'd call it here, the trees get more dense, and how you turn your head and you're dropping these trees and you're going down the hill like this, you want to drop the trees just right, so when they take off sliding down the hill, you're gaining all your movements you're making is helping you and not hurting you, because it's already slow enough without making improper movements. And this is a big ash here that I'm carrying in, both ash, and this is early enough in the summer here on Tony's here. It's early enough in the summer to where, no, this is August, I think. And then the bark's still loose. Bark's coming off the trees on sap up season, you know, where the bark slides off the trees easy. And that makes them slimier and snottier and harder to move. And then a lot of this stuff I'm kind of moving off to the side to make my shovel road here. This is my chute, I call it, so to speak, to slide down the hill down here. Because down the bottom down there in the landing, that's where the skidders are going back down and grab them from the other hillside. And I'm kind of trying to, they call that, what is that called? Lobbing the tops down a little bit. So if Tony, when he's looking from his side, from his house, or, well, he won't see this hillside from his house, but when he's driving around looking at his property, the tops are kind of lobbed down so they aren't tall and they rot quicker and, you know, that sort of thing. And some of these I'm trying to get turned around and get the butts downhill so the skidder's grabbing the butts more. That's one tall ash tree for a small, slender thing. They come off the top of a hill. I'm trying to get that everything started down the right direction. Now, the more bark comes off that, more bark peel you get, the slimier the tree is and the harder it is to. But you see how that's straight down the hill. Now, this hill's steeper than it looks. So, and the way Brutus sets, I'm trying to make careful movements and move cautiously and not move a bunch to get planted in the right spot and make cautious movements and keep the wood flowing down the hill. Down there at the top of that, where that big, look at that javelin right there in the ground. Down there at the bottom where that big sweet gum top was, that's where the landing's going to be. And I'll clean up some of that sweet gum top from the other side tomorrow. But I'm finishing evening up this evening, getting this stuff angled and sorted and pushed down there towards the bottom where we're going to be picking the wood up from the other side, and then letting it congregate down there, and then we'll grab it all. I'll cut it at the other side of the bank tomorrow, and then it'll all, hopefully, if I do it all right, it'll all be set there for the skidders just to grab right a hold of everything and take off up over the other hill. That's a big ash, and I'm trying to turn it around and make use of this little wide spot to make it turn around there to drop it down over the hill. And most of these trees, what's that one? That looks like a maple tree leaves. Most of these trees are just undergrowth trees that don't mount to much. But down on the hillside down there, there's some poplar stems growing. They're low enough on the hill. I'm going to try to take care of them, but I do ding them with a tree a couple times on the way down over this hill because they're right by the shovel the chute that I'm shoveling down over the hill here. But I'll get off here and you can see how it kind of all piles up together down there. You can see how I kind of got it a mess down here at this point in the process, but it'll kind of all come together at the bottom towards the end. But I'm going to get off here now and thank everybody for watching all the stuff, like, comments, all that mess, and let me know what's up. And everybody have a wonderful day, and don't forget to smile. Thank you. Later on.
Now, use a little common sense.
Smile